Okay, this video is for section 5.1.3, more inverse functions. Problem 5-39, consider the table at right. Write an equation for the function represented in the table at right. Okay, so f of x is the top of it, so we will call our equation f of x. From 1 to negative 5, I could subtract 6, but 3 minus 6 does not make 7. Let's look at some other numbers. Let's look at the 3 and the 7. 3 times 2 plus 1 makes 7. 5 times 2 plus 1 does not make 19. Okay, let's look at the 5 and the 19. 5 times 4 minus 1 is 19. 3 times 4 minus 1, nope, not 7. Okay, let's look at the 7. 7 times 5 minus 4 would work, but 5 times 7, nope. How about 5, I'm at the 5 now, times 6 is 30, minus 11 is 19. 7 times 6 is 42, minus 11 is 31. Yeah, so 6x minus 11. 1 times 6 is 6. Minus 11 is negative 5. Probably should have stuck with the 1 when we were trying to figure this out. Okay, make a table for the inverse. How is the table for the inverse related to the table for the original function? So I guess we should come up with our inverse first. So this is multiplying by 6 and then subtracting 11. So our inverse is going to do opposite order, opposite function. Add 11, divide by 6. So f inverse of x is going to be x plus 11 all divided by 6. And if I was making a table for that, let's just make it right here. X and f inverse of x. Let's see. If I plug in, well, let's just make it easier on ourselves, right? If I plug in negative 5 plus 11 is 6, divided by 6 is 1. If I plug in 7, it's doing the opposite, right? It's supposed to go backwards and give me the original input. So if I plug in 7, I'm going to get 3. If I plug in 19, I'm going to get 5. If I plug in 31, I'm going to get 7. How does the table for the inverse relate to the table for the original function? You just swap x and y. It's literally the same table. Well, not the same table. Looks like almost the same table. I just swap the x and y. Write an equation for the inverse. Well, I guess I did that first, didn't I? Problem 40. Write the inverse function for the following functions, clearly showing all your steps. So we have choices now. You can, I'm going to do them 2 different ways. You can list the order of operations that's happening. So it's going to subtract 11. Sorry, it's a 1. Then it's going to cube it. Then it's going to multiply by 2. And then I can do opposite order, opposite function. Divide by 2. Cube root. And then add 1. And then I can call it f inverse. I start with an x. I divide by 2. I cube root it. And then I add 1. This is one perfectly good way to find the inverse. The other option is instead of f of x, I write x equals to y minus 1 cubed, because on the other page we just found out that it's the same thing as switching x and y. And now I can start solving it for y. Divide by 2 to get the parenthesis alone. Then I need to cube root it to get rid of the cube. And then I need to add 1. And then I need to write it in function notation. I got the exact same answer. So it's really up to you guys to choose the way you want to solve. I'm going to do that method for this one. X equals 3 times y minus 9 over 2 plus 20. Start getting y alone, minus 20. Divide by 3. Make sure you write the whole thing over 3, and that's a horizontal line, not some slanted line. I don't need these parentheses anymore. To get rid of dividing by 2, I'm going to multiply by 2. So I need to put all of this in parentheses. You are welcome to distribute the 2, but there's no need. You can just leave it like this. And then add the 9. This was f of x also, so f inverse of x is 2 times x minus 20 over 3, in parentheses, plus 9. Hopefully you guys are getting better at being able to find the inverse function. My -1 doesn't look too good. It's f to the -1. Make sure you can tell what that says. Okay, that's it. Hopefully this helped.